Okay, and we are back, reporting live from the rabbit hole. Good to see everyone. For all the people that's going to tune in, and for the ones that's going to run this one back, much love to y'all. This one's going to be fairly long, about 55 minutes to be exact. So if you have to come back and watch it, I understand. But this video is going to be the follow up on everything that I was speaking on in the last video that I made about this particular topic. This has not been an easy road, and coming to the conclusion of all of this, it really has been mind-boggling, I must say. These things that we're learning, I know it's shocking, and I understand that it's painful and disturbing for a lot of people. And I just want to let you know that I feel your pain and you're not alone. All of my chosen ones, man, that was put here to spread the light and the love and to spread the truth and to awaken people out of their slumbers. To all of you, you're not alone. It's very few of us, but we're in this together. The message that I delivered is that these celestial beings that existed on this realm, this planet, whatever you want to call it, it's a universe. With many dimensions that are within it. And it goes beyond our perspective. You see how I'm guessing right now, and see how I'm coming up with different ideas? All of the lies and the deception is the reason why we question so many things. And you have to really understand that. Really think about that. This is why we question so many things, because we've been lied to. But the ancestors will speak to us. We were chose to spread this truth because clearly no one else is going to do it. It's up to us. It's a burden, it's a weight to carry, but it's a task that we must carry out. It's within us. Once we awoke, there is no going back. And you have to embrace that. But understand that these celestial beings are the ones who gave us this book. They are the ones who gave us this false history. They are the ones that blinded us. They are the ones who poison us, kill us, kidnap us. You name it. They are the ones that do this to us. They are the ones who put us in slavery, put us in this harsh system, in this terrible and harsh reality that we live in. All the death, the violence, the separation. They caused it. Because I'm telling you, as mankind, we were one. As people, we are peaceful. We're not meant to be violent. We are meant to be in tune, in sync. And the movie Avatar, it's telling you the whole entire story of how all of this began. And people don't even know it. That video is coming next. But for now, With this video that I'm about to show you, it's going to show you all of the separation. It's going to show you all the genocide that these Masons, these Luciferians cause. You know, there's two different types when it comes to these secret societies. And when you see these Israelite camps and the people that are pushing this Bible, I believe, and I'm pretty sure that they're hybrids. And there's different levels to them. There's beta Masons. There's 33 levels when it comes to ranking with the Masonic order. These guys that you're gonna witness in this video, I believe some of them are at the highest rank, and a lot of them don't know much at all, but they know enough. But the people that they recruit off the streets, those people know nothing. They just believe in this and they're following this. They're being led astray. The blind lead the blind. They have no idea what's going on. But the people that are up, that are elites, that are up at the top of this organization, of this new religion that they are trying to push on us, they're Masons. Okay? See, you have Luciferians and you have Masons. Within the Mason organization, there's many different branches. In some of the previous video, I've talked about a lot of them. There's many different branches to these Masons. You have the Masons and then you have the Luciferians. And of course, we know who the Luciferians are. Celestial beings, reptilians. Things that we don't even know exist. Those are the Luciferians. And the Luciferians control the entire world. These creatures, these celestial beings. These Masons are up under them. They follow them. And they have been doing it since the ancient times. But our people, as mankind, and this is not exclusive to race when I say this, as people, as humans, we were one. We were all together at one point, learning from each other, thriving through each other. Civilizations that go beyond that ice wall, the uncharted areas that we don't know about. For the people that are not tuning in to Fallout, the TV show, I would suggest you go watch it, because they are just giving us the truth on a platter, on a silver platter with that TV show. And if you don't play the video game, if you're a gamer or not, I would suggest you go get into that and go research that, because it's a lot of gems that are being dropped within that Fallout. If you're not a gamer, go watch the show. There's gems that are being dropped. And it all ties into this, on how all this began, this battle between mankind and these celestial beings. They only gave us a singe when it came to the Bible. They gave us a piece of it. That's why it was cut off. And the Canaanites, so-called the Canaanites in the book that they don't speak on, that was somehow unwritten, this story about the Canaanites, they're hybrid creatures, the ones that were having sex with these reptilians. It gets deep, man. But anyway, let's get to the video. These individuals that you see right here, they're with this Israelite camp called Sakari, for the ones who do not know. Sakari, they dwell on the West Coast. mostly in the Sacramento areas. They're usually all around though. These guys tour like celebrities. They try to pretend like they are separate, these Israelite camps, but they're all connected with each other. It's not without a shadow of a doubt. They're all connected, every last one of them. And this video, of course, is the follow-up from part 2. For those of you that did, I'm sorry, from part 1, excuse me. For those of you that didn't see part 1, go watch it. For all of you that have seen part 1, this video right here is going to 100% relate and confirm everything that I was talking about when it comes to these individuals, man. Without a shadow of a doubt. A lot of people don't know about this video, and it took me a lot of digging to actually find it. But the individual, I don't know the person that put this piece together, but salute to him. He really exposed and put all this out there. For the people that out there that are considering following these Israelite camps, I would urge you not to do it, because God is within us all. We are one. God is everything that's around us. Energy. And he didn't give us a book and told us to follow these laws and these orders, which are impossible to follow in these times that we live in, actually. We already know right from wrong, naturally, spontaneously. And naturally, if we weren't under all these chemicals and poisons and all this programming and propaganda, so forth, etc., etc., we wouldn't be in the condition that we're in right now. We would be at peace and at one with each other. And you know how I know this? I would love anybody to try to challenge me and try to say that we weren't one at one point in time. You know how I know and how I've come to this? It's not just me saying it. I'm not just saying it just because. No, it took time to come to this conclusion. You know how I know this? That we were one in the ancient times? That we were a thriving civilization as one? There was no racism. There was no separation. There was no division. They have shown us visuals of this in Hollywood many times, but it went over so many people's heads, probably most people. But you know how I know? Because of all of the propaganda and all of the division that they push in the media constantly. It's obvious. You can tell what they're doing now. If why are they thriving so hard for this? They're clearly trying to push something away from what it once was. And they also know that all of us as of different race and different tribes and different clans, they know that we can come together still. They know that we're still capable of doing it. That's the purpose of all of these poisons, all of this programming and brainwashing. They're trying to push us away from a condition that we once were in. Please hear me. That's why I always tell people that you have to follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs. But let's watch the video.
Hey, ring the alarm. Hey, whoa. Ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa. Hey, ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa. Hey, some sound like a big jump on. Listen to sound, it's a champion.
And one of the things that came out was that Judah went and slept with this woman that was, dressed as a prostitute, right, or a harlot. In that case, having sex with a harlot, right? Is that your wife or not?
It's a business transaction, not a covenant before the Most High, and not a covenant before the Most High.
So it's not a sin to have sex with a whore.
We don't see that in the scriptures.
The f he talking about?
But you teaching them that it's not a sin to lay down and commit fornication with prostitutes. Man, y'all better understand something. When you lay down with women that you're not married to, you get STDs.
Try to debate Sakari and they'll turn comments off, or they have moderators so they can delete certain things and stuff like that. Also, Lillian just texted me and said that she reached out to Deacon and told him, because I'm sure Deacon wants to know who told that he has herpes. I'm sure that
Hold
he wants to know.
on. Pause. Pause. Hold on.
I'm bringing this out because I'm finding it out. I don't want it.
Are you talking about Deacon? Are you talking about Deacon Hakaf?
Deacon Haka Sakari has herpes. Deacon Haka Sakari has herpes. Deacon Haka Sakari has herpes. Yes. Yes. And you know who it came from. He told Chief. Chief told his baby mom. Chief told his baby mom. Chief told his baby mom. His baby mom told. And it got back to me and Lillian. It's just like, oh.
And who is Lillian?
Lillian. Lillian is Deacon's ex. She left him.
Is that the lawyer?
Yes. Yes. So I want to see them clear that up. I want to see STD papers. I want to see I'm clean, and I don't have anything. Because the fact that these men are out here pushing polygyny so hard, let me tell you something.
Bruh.
Bearing false witness is not the same thing as lying. No. Bearing false witness means to go into a trial against somebody and lie and say they did something that they didn't know. That's bearing false witness. That is a lie, but that's not the same thing as lying.
I used to do stuff when I was little, like steal drugs from my mom and go sell them and stuff like that.
And the brother admitted that his mom was mixed. His mom was white and black. He's a light-skinned individual, so I don't know why he's always pulling up these black crispy Africans saying they're Israelites as if he looks like them or something.
I'm unapologetic. You get no apologies. No heathen bastards are grafted into this idolatry.
His whole thing, though, honestly, is about phenotype. He like, okay, well, Latinos and Native Americans, they don't look like us, so how could they be Israel? Just really carnal, you know what I mean?
Now you're gonna see, like, the majority of the time, they're constantly talking about race. They use race as a tool. They implement this. It's because they want to cause separation. This is something that they have been doing forever. I don't know how many times they have used this particular method within other resets, but for this project, that's what it is. We are a project, just lab rats. And they implement race constantly. You're gonna see that.
When we look at these two, does this brother look more like Chris, or does he look more like Jackie? This brother here looks like, Oba of Benin or his brethren.
Deacon got kids that look like Mabakar. So is he to identify with Mabakar more? Or those West Africans you have pictured that look nothing like him? Deacon does not look like those West Africans in that picture at all.
We are going to be doing a live reaction on the Thoughts Camera Action 12 Tribe Chart debate. Oh, if you missed it.
You see this satanic symbol right here? They call it the Star of David. That's no Star of David. That's the Star of Moloch. It's a satanic symbol. A satanic symbol. That's what that is. Most of you guys know it as the pentagram. 6-point star. This is also used in gangbanging as well. They use this 6-point star as a symbol because it's all satanic. And it's all to cause separation. What does gangbanging do? Cause separation. This right here, this Israelite thing, it's a whole nother form of gangbanging. Causing separation. Left and the right side. Look at this symbol. It's satanic. But they come in the name of God, the name of Christ. Y'all better start paying attention. Let's go.
You missed out. Okay, we defended it properly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Real quick, my apologies. He just texted me and said he's in the back.
He's in the waiting to jump in, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's you and what's the brother called?
You can call him Gorilla.
Oh, Gorilla's jumping in too.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You look at him? Yes, sir. Okay, we defended it properly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yo, if I knew that there was gonna be because when you messaged me, yeah, it was just like it was you, Deacon, so I thought it was just gonna be me and you having a chinwag. Well, there's brother Eliezer, yeah. So that's Gorilla. So if I knew that, I would have put him in the title too.
Now the Brother Thoughts Camera Action, he has a really big platform. It's pretty big. I don't know how many subscribers he got because you can hide your subscribers. But a lot of his views get a lot of hits. Let's see. He's got over 11 million views, and he's been on YouTube since 2016. But he's a Negro only brother. So he believes the Northern Kingdom is in Africa or something like that. But
Yeah, all right. Sorry about that, man. Manasseh is the Cubans.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Gad is the North American Indians.
Yes, sir.
But if the scriptures describe him to be a dark melanated brother in the tribe of Judah with really hair. So how come your people are out here perpetuating our culture, saying that they're from the tribe of Judah, when they don't even look like the Messiah? If you're born of God, you don't commit sin according to the Bible. Christ didn't even die for you.
we went on his show because, I, quite frankly, a few people were sending me his videos, such as Arcerith, Where Africa or America. He's still he's doubling down. His whole thing, though, honestly, is about phenotype. He like, okay, well, Latinos and Native Americans, they don't look like us, so how could they be Israel? Just really carnal, you know what I mean? His whole thing, though, honestly, is about phenotype. He like, okay, well, Latinos and Native Americans, they don't look like us, so how could they be Israel? Just really carnal, you know what I mean? Just really carnal, you know what I mean? But it was a peaceful dialogue. It was a respectable dialogue as well, for the most part. So that's what was good, he's still our brother, even though he's erring according to the scripture. But yeah, he's got a lot of steam on his channel. Of course, it's false doctrine. But yeah, he's got a lot of steam on his channel. Of course, it's false doctrine.
Of Israel. Right. Man like King David, I'm sure you heard of David and Goliath. King David is the so-called black man. Samson is a Latino brother. What's the King David is a so-called black man. Samson is a Latino brother. See all these great people that we see about in the Bible are black and Latino men. You see what I'm saying?
I know a lot of you be like, man, you ain't even one of us. I got my genealogy done, so I know who my ancestors are.
Shalom, shalom to the Yakim. First and foremost, I give all glory, all honor, and all praises belong unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. This is the Northern Kingdom prophets. We are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here to wake up the lost sheep of the 12 tribes of Israel, who consist of the Latinos and Native American Indians. Who consist of the Latinos and Native American Indians.
This is comical, but watch this here. This same Mexican, right? Now, he used to say blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? But notice now, he switched it all up. Okay, since he got with the so-called ancient watchmen, right? Those heathens from ancient watchmen, he switched it up now. Now he's saying the Hispanics and Native American Indians. But pay close attention to the images of the black Jews going into Egypt and the black Northern Kingdom Jews, as he went from blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to now just Latinos and Native American Indians.
So he believes the Northern Kingdom is in Africa or something like that, but so he believes the Northern Kingdom is in Africa or something like that, but
The coon knows Jesus wasn't white. The coon knows white people are not superior to blacks, but they will act like they are because they're going to get something for doing so. The coon.
Are you? I mean, for the people that are going to see this live stream, do you see a lot of people out there? Y'all believe that this racism comes from you, but it didn't. It's being pushed on you constantly in the media. A history of destruction and death being pushed on you constantly. You're constantly being educated within lies, and they're telling you things that did not happen because they don't want us to know who we truly are and what's the purpose and what's the real meaning of our real existence. They're hiding that, keeping us as cattle. And you can just see, just sit back and observe and pay attention to how they push separation. This is because this is where we're powerful at. This is where we're strong. So they have to resist that at all costs. Once again, this is how I know that in the beginning that we were one. And these celestial beings, these reptilians, They came and they separated us, and they're trying to maintain it. They're trying to maintain and contain, keeping us shut out from everything. And it gets deep. We can only know so much. But I always say that as long as we know that we're being lied to, that's all that matters. We can't just believe we can't believe anything that's being told to us. Let's continue.
Consciously sells out his people, the Negro does it out of ignorance. I can work with a Negro. Never trust the coon.
I don't know if he believes that all other nations can be saved. I don't know if he believes you have to keep the law. I mean, all I see is Negro this, Negro that, pictures of Negroes. Negro this, Negro that, pictures of Negroes. I don't know if he goes into deep breakdowns. And the brother admitted that his mom was mixed. His mom was white and black. You know, he's a light-skinned individual, so I don't know why he's always pulling up these black crispy Africans. You know, he's a light-skinned individual, so I don't know why he's always pulling up these black crispy Africans. You know, he's a light-skinned individual, so I don't know why he's always pulling up these black crispy Africans. You know, he's a light-skinned individual, so I don't know why he's always pulling up these black crispy Africans. Pulling up these black crispy Africans. His whole thing, though, honestly, is about phenotype. He like, okay, well, Latinos and Native Americans, they don't look like us, so how could they be Israel? Just really carnal, you know what I mean?
See, you get what I'm trying to say though, from the iconography, it does look a bit suspect, you know. I know this isn't your iconography, but in terms of the whole pitch, this is what we see in real time on the street. We see people that look like this, and then people are giving them a blight, and then the one in fire
It only look suspect if you omit logic. That's the only way for it to look suspect.
I think you're referencing the Bering Strait. Any modern
Yeah, Bering
scholars reject the Bering Strait theory. It's just a theory.
Mhm.
So we have modern scholars to refute that. Strait theory is just a theory.
Mhm.
So we have modern scholars to refute that.
But it was good though. It was good. So again, the most important piece of evidence that we have to prove who's Israel is prophecy. The curses are a part of prophecy. But it was good though. It was good. So again, the most important piece of evidence that we have to prove who's Israel is prophecy. The curses are a part of prophecy.
Want the king, they wanna wear fringes. Fashion parade, addicted like syringes. No time to read, but they can watch Netflix. They wanna binge, promote a fake chart, lose the waymarks. Want us to be mixed, they don't like dark. But you say if you're dark, then you're very light. Cause melanin absorbs all of the sunlight. But that's a science lesson, I don't have time. I'm a sinner overcoming by your grace. Help me to know my lane, my place. I don't want to lose you and end on my face. Knock, knock, who's there? A sinner with it.
That's an evil flag. It's even has hypnotic powers in it that if you notice that every time that a president, a prime minister, a general, they're all talking, there's always the Israeli flag in the back. Why? Because it has hypnotic powers, because they're using the triangles upside down. It's not.
Now, this is the part. This is the part that we need to pay attention to close. Because this is when we start to dissect and dig deep into all of this. So let me just go back a little bit. You see this? It goes back into what I was saying earlier about this star of Moloch. This is, I mean, this star is satanic. They're paying homage to the reptilians with this star. This understanding of this star goes beyond what we know. We may know a few things about it or whatnot, but this is how they pledge their allegiance to these celestial beings. This is how they pay their homage as being a Mason to these Luciferians. And they're putting it right in front of your face, and y'all think that you guys are praising God and you're getting close to the Holy Spirit. No, you're being bamboozled. That's what's happening. Pay attention close. This part is important.
Who's there? A sinner with it.
That's an evil flag. It's even has hypnotic powers in it that if you notice that every time that a president, a prime minister, a general, they're all talking, there's always the Israeli flag in the back. Why? Because it has hypnotic powers, because they're using the triangles upside down. It's not the right way. This is not a holy symbol, by the way. It was holy at one time. It got misused. You know, and now they're telling everybody the Star of David, the Star of David. It's not true. That wasn't his star. It was completely different. The Star of David has 5 tzlaot, how do you call them, angles, not 6. If you turn the flag upside down, it looks like the stripes of the talit. And let's put a Jewish symbol on it, because there were great rabbis that were very against the Star of David. And one of them was the Lubavitcher Rebbe, by the way. He never agreed ever to have the Star of David anywhere that has to do with Chabad. And not all the Chabad people know that even.
We've gone into this before, but we're going to go into, I mean, people like every day. I don't know what anti-Semitic Christians y'all been listening to. You know where this doctrine comes from? That the symbol that is called by some the Star of David or the Shield of David, ignorantly called, especially the Star of Moloch or Remphan. This doctrine comes from quote unquote anti-Semitic white people that hate white Jewish people, so they try to take the symbol that the white Jewish people have employed and demonize it and try to connect it with Satanism. When all you have to do to prove that these guys are Satanists is look at the hat they got on their head. Yarmulke, which symbolizes Saturn worship, right? And the same cracker Christians that are accusing them are equally demonic, right? So, I mean, and this is who you're going to as an information source. Ridiculous.
And then, another thing, man. You guys in GMS with the 6-pointed star, take, man, because that has nothing to do with King David or Solomon. That star right there is the Star of Moloch, man. Yeah, that's the Star of Moloch, or the Star. Star of Remphan. It's the Star of Moloch, man. That's all it is.
But you get back to the Masonic fraternity of Freemasonry.
Yeah.
Their great symbol is G. You'll look at the star on the compass, which is a stylized Star of David. In fact, they have the entire Star of David in many Masonic temples. Why is that? Masonry is a study of Judaism and of the Kabbalah.
The Jewish Tribune newspaper on October 28, 1927, stated, Freemasonry is based on Judaism, Eliminate the teachings of Judaism from the Masonic ritual, and what is left?
Albert Pike said in his book Morals and Dogma that the Kabbalah is the very basis. Without the Kabbalah, we would not have the 33 rituals of the Masonic Lodge. But the god they worship, the great architect, is Moloch, the star god.
Now, you see, star god, you see how he said the 33 rituals? A lot of people out there are wondering what 33 truly means. That's what it is. They're rituals. And these 33 rituals are being performed on us daily. They have been conducted on us our whole entire life. These 33 rituals. That's why you see this number everywhere. And that's why they have a ranking system within it. And it means much more that we don't know. But just understand that it's something that's against you. Something wicked, because these rituals are being done upon us. All this witchcraft. Let's continue.
Those who turn to Jewish traditions to augment their spiritual lives, in actuality are turning to Pharisaism. Jewish scholars admit the fact that modern Judaism is Pharisaism.
With everything with the Most High, it's a balance. And niggas get out of balance with stuff sometimes. We still got their hands all in this Israelite culture. So then later, as eternal strife of commandment keepers will culminate. Obviously, the direction causes problems. Early separation from commandment keepers by Rabbi Abba Bivens. Abba Bivens will eventually create School of the Torah, Old Testament. Abba Bivens will be critically beaten and named Arya, Yaqub, and Peter Sharad.
I'm one of the main people who speaks against Arya, who says Arya blasphemed the Holy Ghost, who says Arya is not going to make it.
Yeah, all right. Sorry about that, man. Manasseh is the Cubans.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Gad is the North American Indians.
Yes, sir.
And also could be the Native American Indians.
Yeah, either terms, they're interchangeable.
Okay, so they're synonymous, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Reuben is the Seminole Indian.
Yeah, so the Seminole and the tribe that the Seminoles come from out of the Creek Nation, so that would all be under that Reuben banner for the Georgia, the indigenous peoples of that area.
Naphtali, they are the Argentinians and the Chileans.
Yeah, the indigenous people of those areas.
Asher is the Colombians and the... I can't even read that one.
Uruguayan. Uruguayan. So yeah, the indigenous people from Colombia to Uruguay would be the tribe of Asher.
And Issachar is Mexico, the Mexicans.
Yes, sir.
Wyclef Jean always representing Haiti. And then, what's this, Manasseh? See, you got what I'm trying to say though, from the iconography, it does look a bit suspect, I know this isn't your iconography, but in terms of the whole pitch, this is what we see in real time on the street. We see people that look like this, and then people are giving them a blight, and then the one in fire on Gentiles.
Look suspect if you omit logic. That's the only way for it to look suspect.
A great experience. I went up there a couple times. One time we were over there, and they had the charts up. And they had the charts that said if you're Jamaican, you come from this tribe, and if you're from Barbados, it's that tribe, and read the book, said, hey, come on, Bob. I said, what is, you know that ain't right. He said, of course, Danny, I know that's not right, but that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true. But that's the hook. That's how we get them into place, and we wire them up to what's true.
And then we party. We have fun. We celebrate that our God kills our enemies and saves us. Just like we did when we came up out of Egypt and we watched all them damn Hamites drown. Right? So, if somebody got a problem, right? Ask at least. I'm not going to say I don't care. I care, but ask. Because we're at the time of our lives, and I told every brother in there, if y'all got a problem, talk to me. And if your wife have a problem, she can talk to me. But brothers was in there, their wives was in there, and everybody had a good old time in a righteous way without sin. Right? Opinions is a mug, though. Opinions is a mug, though. Everybody gonna have opinions. Surely are many deceived by their own vain opinions. Sirach 3:24. But I'm gonna go into it in depth tomorrow.
With everything with the Most High, it's a balance. And niggas get out of balance with stuff sometimes.
Hold on, Coleon, facts. They thinking like Christians, LOL, stay away from the club of civil people. You're backsliding, LOL, how? Exactly. Not backsliding. We don't do the things that are wicked, right? Like, I posted a picture, and we was in one club at the beginning of last week, and there were, like, hookahs around. The brother was like, that's hookah? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's hookah, but that's not ours. Like, we're not smoking that. You see what I'm saying? It just was in the picture, because people do that. I'm not with that. You know, people smoking, right? But everywhere you go, people are doing stuff. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. They got hookah at the car wash, hookah at the restaurant, everywhere. That's the venue. That's how they decided to do that, right? We don't partake in that aspect of it, right? Now, people are mad. A brother asked if the sister was single. What if he wanted? First off, before you engage a woman, you should ask if she's single, right? And then, if she's not single, then you should deal with her man. But if she is single, maybe you can talk to her and possibly teach her and show her repentance in this lifestyle. And like Hassan said, some of these niggas who talking about our Passover didn't even keep a Passover.
All right, so let's see what is all the fuss about. Well, let's go to Exhibit A. Let's see what's the fuss about. You hear these niggas asking them, are they single? What the fuck? What the? Hold up. Hold up. Let me play this back again. Here these Hebrews. These are Hebrews, knowing that you don't even supposed to be mixing up with no goddamn whores. All right, Gorilla, you already know you got some explaining to do, goddammit. So talk to us about you going in the club, brother. What's all that about?
I can go to the club. Show me the Bible. Show me the law of God. I can't go to the club. I can go to the club at either time of my life.
You told me to show you the Bible?
Show me in the law. Show me in the law of God. That's what I said. The law of God.
You really want this smoke, Gorilla? You really want me to show you in the Lord of God? Huh?
It ain't no... Hold on one second.
Garfield, chill, brother. Chill, man. He says show him in the law. So I want to show him one scripture real quick. Gorilla Hebrew, can you explain to me Ezekiel 44:9? What is that saying?
Ezekiel 44:9 is about the third temple and the priest setting up the third temple. What relevance does that have to what we did in the club? I would love to understand contextually.
Slow down, brother. Slow your roll, Speedy. Tell me what Ezekiel 44:9 is talking about. That's all.
No stranger uncircumcised in the heart can come to the third temple and offer a sacrifice. Okay. We're not in the third. We're at a nightclub. How is that? How are you apply that?
No, stop it, man. Stop it, man. Cut it out, brother.
You gotta get a better precept.
Brother, you're getting emotional right now. This is what y'all Hebrews say to me all the time. You're very emotional, brother.
Hey, Saul, can I ask a question real quick? Listen, you
question.
Gorilla, peace and love, man. This brother Garfield. This is what I'm trying to find out. Do you feel like you did anything wrong by being in the club, biblically speaking? No, I go to the club all the time. All right. Secondly, did you feel like if the brothers approaching the females in a very provocative way was appropriate if they did that? Because I didn't watch the video. said did that based on what I heard on Sarnetta. What do you think that's appropriate? I don't think it's inappropriate because we heterosexual men, so I don't understand how it's inappropriate. All right, next thing. Did you make a video already responding to this already? I made a brief, I did on Friday, and I made a brief video on my Instagram today, and I got an isolated version of the video I made on Friday coming out on my channel in about an hour and 15 minutes. Which channel is it coming on, my brother? The Sakari main channel. So if you feel this way, you made an announcement, why do you feel you need to do an interview with Daniela then? You don't need to do no interview. You said what you said, it's our record. Listen, because I can do whatever I want to do, and that's what the problem is. Everybody's trying to dictate to me what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, and everybody just going to have to deal with it, whether they like it or not. Hey, Sarnetta, this is the best show you ever had, my brother. Gorilla Hebrew, congratulations, my brother. Congratulations.
Hey, yo, Gorilla Hebrew, come on, man. You got to be honest, brother. This is some, and it's going against the Most High. Was this after the Passover, brother, or during after the Passover?
It was after the Passover, but no, let's be honest on what's right and wrong with the Most High. The Most High says, understand first, then rebuke. Judge not before thou hearest the matter. You ain't called me and asked me before you did this video, and I called you on the phone.
Why do I gotta call you, brother? Why do I gotta call you? I just call Yahweh. I call Yahweh Shah. That's who I'm calling on. Yahweh Shah have called me, brother. Why do I gotta answer the man? I don't answer the man. I answer the Yahweh Shah, brother. What are you talking about?
Trying to bring a man up on charges. So that man, according to the word of Yahweh, must be inquired about before you can bring up on charges. So don't tell me about you call on Yahweh. You don't, and I'm going to let you know, don't call my phone again.
You been busted in now, you acting like a mother. You all emotional in your feelings. Like a
what?
Like
a gorilla. Like a Levitical priest.
You emotional, nigga. But when you niggas bang on Sarnetta, I still walk with my head up high. I don't cry like you niggas.
And that's why it's easier to make them more and more and more like the world. Because that's how you are. When you have a pathetic leader, you'll make the whole congregation pathetic. Remember, a little leaven ruined the whole lump.
And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee, in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed after thee.
Is there works in there? There is not a work-based stipulation there, right? So for you to think that this kingdom that's predicated upon Yahweh's promise to Abraham is predicated upon works in the grand scheme, you're mistaken.
Because nobody who I've ever spent like long time around doing this type of work has ever acted like that out and about as if it was okay. Everybody messes up, but it's the whole thinking that it's okay thing that's just bizarre. You know what I'm saying? Now, not only is it pathetic to hear somebody teach an entire congregation that they don't need faith or works or Christ to get eternal life. All they need is a promise, whether they believe in Christ or not. But you even go as far as to teach your congregation that y'all don't see it as a sin in the Bible to lay with a prostitute. It's pathetic.
But what happened is, these Israelite groups, especially these men, are so emotional, and they're so pussy whipped that they'll tell a man, you can't go deal with a harlot. You can't deal with a prostitute. And there's nothing wrong with that. Many of our forefathers dealt with prostitutes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Many of our forefathers dealt with prostitutes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Many of our forefathers dealt with prostitutes. And they have a problem with that. Because they've been westernized and they've been pee-whipped.
And just peep it like this, right? Throughout all the years. Just peep it. Throughout all the years. Out of all of the wickedness that we done seen come from this one camp, GMS I'm talking about, you gotta understand that you gotta be a real wicked nigga to get kicked out of GMS. I'm sorry, okay? And even if you try to come back and say, nah, I left on my own, cause that sound like something you would try to do, cause you always lie when the heat is on you.
I used to do stuff when I was little, like steal drugs from my mom and go sell them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this white boy is off the chain. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta pay attention. This nigga right here has been lying for a very long time. That's what y'all gotta understand. So being manipulative and deceiving and playing on the mind, he's been doing that for years. But don't get it twisted, because Alizar a sucker too. That's why another grown man happily smashed his wife. Then he took her back and she called this man a sugar daddy.
Now, let me just step in just for a second. As you can see, when it comes to these Israelite camps, it's like the WWE, man. They fight on the camera, and then when all the smoke is cleared and when the cameras are all gone, they all sit down and they have dinner with each other because they're all a part of the same thing. It's the controlled opposition. All these individuals that you're seeing fighting in this video, all the individuals that you see that are arguing and that they're having these dilemmas, and it's all these debates and they're going back and forth. It's all orchestrated. It's all controlled. And these are the things that I started to realize when I was dealing with this, when I was trying to practice this, when I was trying to get closer to God. This is how I was learning all of the lies. When I saw these individuals go to the club like that, I knew for a fact that these guys were not righteous. This is why I knew that dealing with these organizations, and it's not just with Sakari or GMS, it's with all of them. IUIC, you name them. Every last one of them, they're all a part of the same agenda. These are Masons out here on these streets trying to push you into a false doctrine, teaching you about a false history because they don't want you to know the truth. They have been sent. They're following orders is what they're doing because they follow the Luciferians, the Masons. Let's continue.
Come on, man.
You know, he say she repented. You know, he say he's still dealing with her. That's for damn sure. He's still dealing with her. But the stuff that's so messed up is this man literally tells other brothers they gotta put their women away when they go out and sleep with somebody, right? This sister has repented. Let's see. Hey, tomorrow when you out working, keep the kids for a few, I'm going to meet with this sugar daddy to try to make some money.
So that's his alleged wife that he claimed he's still married to, but his alleged wife is texting her saying that, hey, I'm about to go meet with Alizar, who she's calling the sugar daddy, to make some money.
When you go back to the other video or the other clip with ST Deacon, he said, it's not a covenant with the Most High, yet it's a business transaction.
And one of the things that came out was that Judah went and slept with this woman that was, dressed as a prostitute, right, or a harlot. In that case, having sex with a harlot, right, is that your wife or not?
It's a business transaction, not a covenant before the Most High.
So to try to make sense of all of this, it sounds like you're not really claiming this sister, and to justify the action, you throwing her money, you paying her, and that's why she's calling you trick daddy. I mean, a trick or whatever. You see what I'm saying? I mean, what she call him? Sugar daddy.
And would I be wrong if I wish death to the white race?
Of course not.
So, would I be wrong if I wish death to your mother?
No.
So would I be wrong if I killed your mother?
No.
Come on, man. What the hell is this, man? Yo, brother.
See, I gotta, you have to allow me to elaborate now.
This woman held you in her womb 9 months, wiped you, fed you, did everything that she had to do for you. and that's how you feel about it, that's not honor. You see what I'm saying? That's not honoring your mother. That's an 10. You understand? So then, when another little Israelite comes, there's a mother that's not a Hebrew, this is the type of information that you install in them. Because they don't know no better. It's crazy. Like, yo, God forbid you ever get locked up in the penitentiary and somebody get a hold of this clip and they play that out loud.
With the people of these abominations?
The people of these abominations, you know what the people of these abominations are? Interracial, white people, Asian people, all these various people. Those are the people of the abomination. So are we saying, should we join an affinity with these people? Right?
Wouldn't not thou be angry with us?
So God is angry about that. All right, read.
Till thou hast consumed us.
And part of the reason why we're in the position we're in is from joining an affinity towards to these other people, specifically white people who have done nothing but bad to us.
Have sex with white. Can't Israelites be allowed to have sex with white? Israelites can have sex with white. Or any other women they want to of any of them. Now, when Israelites can have sex with white. Or any other women they want to of any of them. Now,
you only earning a spot on the first go round. This is off a promise. This has absolutely nothing to do with anybody's works at all. The kingdom is based on a promise, bro.
I'm sorry. Let's take a brief break just for a second. Just for a second. All right, sorry for that, y'all. We're live right now, and I had to go deal with something. Yeah, let's get back to it. Let's go.
Not on works. So if we understand that it don't matter what the 2/3 do. So if we understand that it don't matter what the 2/3 do.
Listen, come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
Now, he said something about there's been changes. I don't know of any changes. You said we don't sacrifice anymore. No, not that we don't sacrifice anymore, but Christ is a sacrifice greater than any animal sacrifice we can bring. And he was sacrificed pursuant to Torah law. So it's not that we don't sacrifice. There was a sacrifice. And the sacrifice was so great, there's no need for other ones. And the sacrifice was so great, there's no need for other ones. And the sacrifice was so great, there's no need for other ones. That's not doing away with sacrifice. That's not doing away with sacrifice. That's not doing away with sacrifice.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Read Ezekiel. It'll tell you about sacrifices being made in the kingdom of Christ and Christ himself making animal sacrifices. And Christ himself making animal sacrifices. And the sacrifice was so great, there's no need for other ones. And Christ himself making animal sacrifices. And the sacrifice was so great, there's no need for other ones. You didn't read that in the Bible? Guess you just ignored the Old Testament, like Sunday Christians do.
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
The indigenous people of the Americas different, namely the Mayans and the Aztecs, is because they believed in Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl, which is a fiery, flying, feathered serpent. So that's exactly the same as the seraphim in the Bible. That it's not just any snake, and it's a serpent that is bearing a cross and have holes in them, similar to the crucifixion of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So it's not just a snake. Indigenous people here are talking about a feathered serpent, such as the seraphim in the Hebrew Bible.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. And you have to pay attention to what you're doing. So you're isolating different things and going, well, this could have been this and this could have been this. But here's the problem. There's not any one of these facts leads us to our conclusion. The corpus of these facts leads us to this conclusion, right? Coincidentally, all of these things, if you isolate any one of these things, you would have a better point. Is to say, if it was just one reason why we came to this conclusion, if it was just the fiery flying serpent, or if it was just the fringes, but it is the fringes, it is the language, it is the serpent. All of that together cannot be chucked off into, well, they encountered and coincidentally developed this system. One called them Quetzalcoatl, one called them Kukulkan, right? Both of them were human beings that were symbolized by fiery flying serpents, right? And these people who were symbolized as fiery flying serpents were crucified, left the earth, promised to come back to the earth and liberate them and teach them a peaceful way and a new way of life.
Okay, so
Right?
this dragon was like...
That's what they mean. The same thing that it says about Jesus Christ when it talks about him coming and taking away the sins of Israel in Isaiah 6, 1, 2, him being crucified, him leaving earth, but he's coming back to earth to teach the world a better way of life, to be the Prince of Peace. All of that is said about the Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl. None of that is said about any of the cultures who have serpent or dragon representation that you went into. So that's why you can't isolate that. That's why it's not scholastically accurate or scholastically responsible for you to even attempt to isolate that and draw a parallel.
So those dragons might have been like evil dragons or dragons that didn't have that particular story. But that dragon...
Yeah, they don't have a story that we can directly parallel with Christ, no.
Okay, so in the Aztec culture, the dragon was crucified, was going to forgive their sins, and was going to come back to teach.
The man, he's symbolized as the dragon. He's a man.
Like when he said,
the Kukulkan were people.
So the dragon
came and lived with and interacted with the people. See what I'm saying? It's not. He wasn't just a dragon. He was.
Now, see once more. Do you see how they tried to hide the reptilian? How they tried to hide the real ancient history on how this world began and who really rules this world? You see how they gatekeep this? See this? It shows you right here. Let's go.
Symbolized as the dragon. Well, no, it was a person, but basically they're saying like after his crucifixion, he transformed, so they utilized that to symbolize him. But it was Quetzalcoatl was a person that they like an actual. That's how the story was told. Like he was a person.
So he's a person that was crucified, turned into a dragon, and forgave people's sins, and will come back to teach them.
Exactly. He was coming back to forgive sins and teach a peaceful way of life.
But when he was on the earth, he was a man, kind of thing, like metaphorically, yeah.
Yes, like a prominent man, yeah.
So okay, I just want to get all my ducks in a row. So he was a man, took on the shape of a man, a human form, taught people, was crucified. He's coming back, yeah, to teach them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So he was a good shape-shifting dragon, and all these dragons like that. Because even in the Chinese culture, you know, they don't demonize.
I mean, they might have good dragon. I'm not just saying he was a good dragon. I'm just saying very specifically he's a person that symbolizes a dragon that has all these similarities that we can draw with Christ. These people can have dragons of whatever the hell they want. I'm not saying they don't have a dragon that got this story.
Before we get to that, can I just show this little clip, and then we just, we do the Azareth thing. Yeah, very short clip.
According to the Book of Mormon, after his resurrection, Jesus came to the Americas to preach to the Indians, who the Mormons believe are really Israelites. Thus, the Jesus of Mormonism established his church in the Americas as he had in Palestine. According to the Book of Mormon, after his resurrection, Jesus came to the Americas to preach to the Indians, who the Mormons believe are really Israelites.
So I'm talking about a couple colored native tribes that were here. And I'm going to connect this. And I hope you can take this journey with me to see that it might even be Hebrew tribes, lost tribes. We'll see.
As far as the Book of Mormon goes, I haven't read that in the Book of Mormon. I haven't read the Book of Mormon. I've heard allusions to these things, but I haven't actually seen those verses in the Book of Mormon. I forgot I was gonna say something. I forgot, but oh man, it slipped my mind. I don't know what point you're trying to make, but there's so much history and sources that proves before Joseph Smith even allegedly found the gold tablets in the Book of Abraham that, if someone did want to say that the diffusion happened with the ancient zealots of Sakari, that would be a better response to my question. But the documents state that we knew when we came over here, the Sakari in antiquity, that we were coming to our Northern Kingdom brothers to share with them good news.
So would you say that?
So-
go on. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say, like, would you say that your belief system, just on that particular point, then kind of lines up with Mormonism? Like, you and Mormons could kind of gel off that point.
I mean, Mormons believe that, like I said, I don't know. I'd have to look in the Bible, and not the Bible, the Book of Mormon, and see if it actually says that. You just showed a cartoon. I don't know what book, chapter, and verse in the Book of Mormon doesn't say that.
Chapter 4. So it talks about him just metamorphosizing over there, particularly to go to the native Indians to tell them good news, which is kind of like the dragon that turned into a man. No, that was a man, was crucified, and then he went there as a dragon to teach them. It kind of has a kind of, overhang. Unless I'm
Well, to answer your question, no, I don't. Our ideology isn't aligned with the Book of Mormon. We don't need the Book of Mormon to prove our point, brother.
Amaru, the land of Amaru. He was called Amaru, Quetzalcoatl. From the latter name comes our word America. From this Amaru, Amara, remember? The land of Amaraka. Amaruka is literally translated land of the plum serpent. Amaruka is the land of the plum serpent. America is the land of Amaru, the land of Quetzalcoatl, the land of plum serpent.
Both Quetzalcoatl and maize God played in bringing maize to humankind is comparable to Christ's role in bringing the bread of life to humankind. Furthermore, Quetzalcoatl is said to have descended to the underworld to perform a sacrifice, strikingly similar to the atonement of Jesus Christ. These congruencies and others like them suggest that these three gods are in fact three representations of the same being, all right? So which one is the duplicate, huh? Which one is the duplicate? Again, this is the title of the book. It's called The Maya Maize God and Jesus Christ.
The Aztecs creation, how it's very similar to the Bible's. Now, what I'm about to tell you is might be out of your thinking, but what if I told you that the tribes that were here on this side of the world, American continents, north, south, central, a lot were the biblical tribes talked about in the Old Testament, as well as in reference to the Hebrew ones, the Israelite tribes, the tribes of Judah, the tribes of, the 12 tribes.
Fair enough, you answered the question. So in that particular example of the message going to the natives via instrumentality, you don't agree with that, only in the form of the dragon going there instead. But it's the same kind of story to a degree, except for you're saying it's the dragon that went there, not who the world ignorantly calls Christ. And then
No,
Mormons
no,
say,
a man went there that is personified by the serpent. And also ancient sources say that the ancient zealot Sakari came to the Americas as well.
okay. So when did they come to the Americas? And they're the ones who taught them, right? So they learned off the Sakari, the Israelites.
Not necessarily taught them Hebrew customs, but shared with them that the Messiah had came in the first century.
Okay. But you can, if you're being honest though, can you kind of see a parallel in terms of like, if you just omit the dragon and replace it with that Seja Borgia guy in that clip, and then you replace that with I can never pronounce the name, so I'm not gonna disrespect and say
No, because it predates it predates Joseph Smith by centuries. So no.
But even though it predates, it kind of synchronizes to a degree. No, not at all.
Says here, legends abound. Quetzalcoatl from Mexico in Central America bring forward tantalizing resemblances to aspects of the life and new world ministry of Jesus Christ. All right, so dodge the hijack, remember? In the past, some leaders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints occasionally drew attention to certain of those similarities. So this is what he looks like in the codices. I have, the exact codices, and you can see they depicted him with copper color, right? He's holding up the snake, right? Moses also held up a brass snake, right? Once he left Tolan, the name was used by other elite figures. Again, once he left Tolan, that same name, what name? Quetzalcoatl was used by other elite figures. Are they talking about his descendants?
I mean, you can say that. You can say that. I mean, there's certain Khazarian Jews who say that we are the actual Israelites. I mean,
now I'm not about that though, brother. I'm just talking about in terms of like the story of like going there to specifically to send a message to the Indian.
Are you trying to assert that Joseph Smith is Quetzalcoatl?
Hell no. Nah, I ain't saying that. I'm not subscribing to that at all. I'm just
making sure.
I'm not a Mormon affiliated guy. You get me? But I know there's some Israelites who are on this Mormon hype, and even though there's blatant white supremacy, this wordage and phraseology, they defend it because they're just crazy.
Yeah, I don't get down.
Okay. I just had to throw that out there, just so that I know where you guys stand. I didn't know if he was on the Mormon thing and embracing Joseph Smith or what.
I actually did a debate with quite a few Mormons, not just white Mormons. I mean black Mormons, brother.
Embracing Joseph Smith or what.
I actually did a debate with quite a few Mormons, not just white Mormons. I mean black Mormons, brother.
So we wrap this up. Let's piece all this together, shall we? So with everything that you witnessed, you saw all the controversy, the debating, the back and forth. You know what that's all designed for? It's designed to cause confusion. That's it. To keep you chasing your tail. And it left me confused in so many ways. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know what the meaning of all this was. Well, I must say I do now. And towards the end of that video, you can see how they are safeguarding the whole reptilian situation. They're safeguarding the real history. They're covering so many things up, trying to keep us in the dark. And it's the same thing with the Torah thing. It's the same thing with religion altogether, because like I said in the last video, religion and race literally separates us. It does. It separates us. and they work hand in hand. They work together simultaneously. So you have to ask yourself, and I had to ask myself, I still ask myself, why are they pushing so hard to separate mankind? Why are they the ones that created racism? Because you have to teach racism. It has to be taught. It's not something that's natural. And a lot of this so-called racism is based on jealousy. That's it. Materialistic things. All things that are fabricated. No real reasons to have differences, really. As people, as humans. These reptiles are causing this separation because they only want to harvest negative energy from us. That's why they cause aggression, depression, and violence, and death. They can only feed off of our negative energy. That's why they have us going in the direction that they have us going in. They tell us that mankind had all these wars with each other. We fought against each other. Half of those wars never even existed. And for the ones that did, they pushed men and women into death, into killing themselves. As humans, you can see our bodies are soft and they're easy to be harmed, man. We're not meant for battle like that. They show us all these things like in the times of Caesar and the Roman Empire. All these false histories, man, of mankind going to war with each other. But they don't want to tell you what's really going on. They don't want to tell you that these reptilians placed us into slavery and put us in this system. The reptilians are the ones that made you work 9-to-5 jobs. The reptilians are the ones that made you go to school half of your life. The reptilians gave you Christ, and they gave you a false God. They basically made you feel like you were less than nothing. And you got to work and work and work every day until you die. Well, personally, I say we stand against this. I say that if we're going to die for something, we should at least fight for something that's right and actually mean something. Instead, we're going to live out our lives just working these jobs until we die, until we grow old, keep consuming these poisons, keep consuming these lies. I feel like that's something that's worth fighting for real freedom and truth. But see, that's the problem. A lot of people are never going to come to that conclusion. And they'll keep us here in this condition. That's why you have these soulless beings in this world, these NPCs. That's why they're in this world. To keep us in this condition. People that can't see the truth, such as us, they're here to keep us in this condition, in this matrix. That's why you can't wake them up. That's why you can't coexist with them. That's why you can't talk to them, because they're here to keep you in this condition. They're going to advocate for the system. They're going to uphold it no matter what. Just like how Morpheus was telling Neo. They will die for this system no matter what. And they are the true enemy, because they advocate for this wickedness, for this destruction. So why do you think why they lied to us about so many things? The reptilians. Because they know if we come together, we'll be a force. And that's what humanity needs to understand. And stop falling for all of these lies that you've been taught. They told us that the white man put us in slavery so we can hate them. And they told the white man to hate us. And then they told the rest of the world to hate each other. Now, why do you think that? Now everybody just hates everybody. And then within our own communities, we hate each other. Within our own families, we hate each other. They have inserted themselves into our lives from the inside out. Every angle. And they cause this depression. They cause this death, this violence, this separation, this division. They caused this. And they told you that it was because of mankind. Wow, is the reason why we're in this condition. All this fake history that they teach us. Secluding themselves. And they give you a face like Donald Trump. They give you a face like P. Diddy or Weinstein. They give you these faces to pay attention to these senseless things that really mean nothing. It's all damage control. They point you to these things for a reason. They allow you to see certain things for a reason. But a lot of things go over people's heads, even myself, such as well. That's why we have to concentrate. To all my chosen ones, we got to concentrate and always lock in, always focus. Never lose focus. But this Bible has left us lost. It has left us believing in something that is not true. It has only bits and pieces of truth to it. And I'm trying to break that down to all of y'all as much as I can. Because we have been given the gift to discern. We can see what's real and what's not. Can't you feel it? Can't you feel that energy? And that's what this channel represents. That's what it's built upon. That's the foundation of me trying to piece all this truth together in one. I'm trying to do what they are trying to deflect, and that's bring all the truth in one place. I saw the plan. I saw the writing on the wall. So I knew how I was going to be able to fight against it. How I was going to defend myself against it. How I was going to defend you. So I'm not just doing this for myself. This channel is not for me. That's for sure. See, a lot of these individuals that make these YouTube channels, the channel is really for them. It's narcissistic, what it is. You know, it's possessive. They use these channels like they're going to see a shrink. And you know, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but this is not a time for us to be weak. We have to be strong. But there's nothing wrong with showing your weakness, though. But the reasons why these other individuals have these channels is for their own purpose. This channel is not just for me. It's for everybody. It's for all of us. My only idea, the only notion that I had, the only intent that I had with this channel was to spread the truth and to expose the lies that we're being taught. That's why I put my hands into everything, and I've only just begun. But see, what people need is they need the blueprint. It's what they need. Somehow I have come to an epiphany of the blueprint of how real history took place, because we are being shown history without a shadow of a doubt. But this Bible leads us away from history. It leads us from who we are from within. It takes us away from energy. It puts us in darkness. In the Bible, it says, that, well, people believe that a lot of people will often tell you about the Bible. They'll tell you that the Creator, God, never made any mistakes. But see, that's when you can use the scriptures and your study and research like a weapon then as a defense. Because when you read in Genesis, didn't the creator repent that he ever made man once the world became violent? He repented that he ever made man. Is that not a mistake? The flood itself, when God flooded the earth, why did he flood the earth? Because of the Nephilim? Because of all of the destruction and the genocide that was taking place? So he flooded the earth to cleanse it? Isn't that a mistake? But you have these Bible thumpers that claim that God never made a mistake. How could this be? And this is in the Torah. When I told you in the last video that there's many more reasons why this Bible is not telling us the truth, because they're trying to hide something much bigger from us, something sci-fi. That's the real world that we live. That's the real world that we live in. It's fucking sci-fi. And we have a veil over our eyes, man. And it's time to lift it. They try to say that this is the year of Aquarius. Well, I don't know much about that. Forgive me. But something's definitely going on. There's definitely a shift. That's for sure. And we're being activated. And we're seeing things that we never thought we would ever see. And here we are, going down this rabbit hole for a reason. Some of us in this world, we have a bigger purpose than we ever could know. You know? I want to say that to all of you out there that hear this video, that are chosen, and you're wondering why you're in this fight all by yourself and why you're all alone. Well, it's because we were chosen and we were selected for something big. But I'm telling you one thing, if somebody's lying and you don't go find out why, you're a fool. I'll tell you that much. You should always watch when somebody's lying. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because there's no way you're gonna lie to me and think you're just gonna just get away with it and just walk away. No, you're gonna have to give some kind of explanation. And quite frankly, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an explanation in many ways. But I want to give people a genuine reason why not to believe in this Bible. It's not just because you just don't want to believe in it or you just don't care for it or whatnot. No. I'm a person that came from extensive research, basically became a scholar, you might as well say. I taught this Bible to many other different individuals. I knew scriptures, word for word. And a person like me that was deep into this, for me to find out this and come to the conclusion, come to this conclusion where I'm at right now, it should let people see, and it should really give people an understanding that what I'm bringing out about the Bible and the scriptures, it's the reason why they're called scriptures. What I'm bringing out is real. It really is. It's a script. That's why they call it scriptures. You know, if our ancestors left behind documentations, right? The Bible is not supposed to be a story or a book. It's supposed to be documentations, historical documentations. That's why it was always weird to me why there was never any pictures or any kind of blueprints in this book. But you got to understand that this book is written out like a novel. And there's many different versions of this book. Many different translations. This book is a spell book, the ultimate spell book. That's what it is. And here's the thing. The book is written out like a novel with characters, This book might as well be a comic book. It's written out with characters, and the story has details written out like a fucking novel. See, no one wants to speak on that. Is this really supposed to be a book of historical documentations when it's written out like a novel? Like a fucking screenplay? Coming from a writer, such as myself. This is a book with characters. And this is supposed to be truth that's in this book. No, I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid anymore. And I would suggest, if you feel just like me, you do the same thing. This information is going to come to us one way or another. Because you better rest assured, and you better damn well believe that these creatures wouldn't be fighting so hard if it wasn't. Now, I don't know what's fighting for us on the other side. If there's even anything that's on the other side that's even fighting for us. Something's going on. There's definitely a war. I know you guys can sense it. There's a lot of things going on in this world, man. A lot of things are being revealed. People are waking up. So everybody be prepared, man. Because there's some things, if you think that what I've been showing you is disturbing, I gotta say, the deeper this rabbit hole goes, it gets worse. It gets even more disturbing. But we shall overcome, right? So this has been the Rabbit Hole, reporting live straight from the rabbit hole. And I give you this message as a gift once more, because this is not to persecute or to bring anyone down. This is to bring us together, to put us back in the condition that we once was in. Our ancestors, they fought for this. What they really fought for is what I like to call the Celestial War. Mankind against other intelligent beings. You know, I have to say this before I close out. This is why they push so hard to make us believe that it's only humans, right? It's a difference between the word human and people. A lot of people don't realize that. Well, there's other kinds of people that are in this world that we live in this realm. Who said that the only kind of people that are in this world are just us? But you know what really brings a lot of this this truth that I'm bringing out to you guys. You know what really brings it together is the reason why. I know a lot of people are thinking about this, and this is why I got to say it. A lot of people are wondering why these reptilians are hiding. Why are they hiding? When I bring out these videos, the blueprints, you're going to see why. A lot of you already know. You're going to see why they're hiding and why they chose to give us this Bible to deceive us. The real question is, this is my call into the resistance, is what are we going to do about this? What do we do now? Once we realize that we are at war, a quiet war, a silent war. What do we do? I guess that question to be for another day. But as of now, this is the Rabbit Hole. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm out of here. Until next time.